morning everybody, and welcome to Darvanalee Design Studio. And for those that are new here and don't know, my name's Nicole Reed and I post weekly crafting and sewing tutorials here on YouTube. And I also own a small quilting and sewing retreat business in southeast Queensland, Australia. So I'm just going to quickly share this with a few people and check that all my settings are right this week. And I invite you to share this video with your friends so they can join in the fun of our Finish It Friday. So I'll just refresh my pages and make sure that everything's going to plan. So I invite you to just let me know where you're watching from in the big wide world. As I just said, I'm from Queensland here in Kingaroy, and for people that don't know where Kingaroy is, it's approximately about 2.5 hours to 3 hours northwest of Brisbane. So I'm a little way out of the capital of Queensland, but I'm here nonetheless. I can see that a few people are starting to join us now. Hi Andra from Tennessee in the USA, and hey Ellen, how are you going? Hope everything's going well with everybody today. So I've got a lot to cover in this chat today. So just a few things. Stick around to the end because we have a giveaway, and we are going to be having a regular giveaway every week, so you'll have to come back and join us every week. And yeah, so I've got, as I said, I've got a few things to cover, and I'm going to get stuck into that in just a second. I'm just waiting for my Facebook page to reload, and I'm just going to share this across to my personal page so all my friends can join in the fun as well. And if you haven't shared it yet, give the YouTube video a share, and that should be done. Okay. Alrighty, so as you know, this is a Finish It Friday. It's a weekly vlog that we do here, and basically I pick some, just to give you a rundown if you're new here, I basically pick something out of my unfinished projects box, and then basically I have a week to get it finished, so to the next Friday, and then I try to get it finished. Sometimes I don't always manage it, but I will still pop in and show you the progress and everything that's going on. So you might be wondering if I got last week's done. I might have, I might not have. I only had a day and a half to get it done. I didn't have the full week because, as most of you know, I am racing against my telco to get as much filming done and uploaded and scheduled, because they're going to be doing some work out the front of my house, they tell me, in February. And I also had to play chauffeur for my children this week, and so that only gave me a day and a half to get the project done. So I'll just tell you before I delve into it. Tell me, do you think I got it done? Okay, so I just had someone pop up saying that the quality isn't that good, and I'm just looking at it now, and it seems to be okay on my end. So Neralee, if you're watching this inside, can you get off the Wi-Fi, because that's why it's not clear for you, honey. Okay, so it seems to be fine here. I've refreshed the page, and it's going all fine. Okay, so the project that I pulled out last week was a mini quilt, and it was for the 5-minute block technique. Okay, and now the mini quilt was already done, and I just had to quilt it and get the binding on. But I thought I'd just talk a little bit about the book that I got the pattern. So basically, this is the book that I got. It's called the 5-minute quilt block. It's by Suzanne McNeill, and it's got it's for flying geese. Basically, as you can see, there's a lot of flying geese on the cover, and basically it just gives you this one seam flying geese technique, and it's got a heap of projects in there for table runners and wall hangings and all the rest of it. Now if you just look behind me, you can see here that is one of the projects in there. It's a Christmas card holder, and so basically what happens is you do the flying geese, and then you can either roll them over or you can leave them like that. And for the Christmas tree, they just leave them straight and they don't put any curve on it. And I'll show you on the project that I've done where you can put the curve. But that's a Christmas card holder, and that just gives you some of the an idea of what's in there. And the project that I did was this one here, and you can see here this is a nice little quilt as well. So it's called Basket of Love, and that's the one that I did. And so now I can show you what I got done. So I did get it done, and I got it quilted, and as you can see, I just did, I don't know if that's very clear or not, the lighter, there we go. I just did a loop-the-loop and a stipple in here, and I just left the flying geese alone. But you can see here how you can just roll them over and it gives it that little bit of a curve, similar to what you do for cathedral windows, same sort of principle. So yeah, so this is the one that I decided to do, and as you can see, I could not get any more of this fabric. It's a Kate Spain fabric, and I'm pretty sure it was called Flirt. It was from quite a few years ago. I love all things Kate Spain. And basically, I had this in my stash, and I just used a layer cake for it. So it's got a little bit of raw edge applique on it, and I've just done a buttonhole stitch on that, and then it's just got the flying geese. I added some extra things to mine. I added these little flowers with a little Suffolk puff there, and I also put one up in each corner as well. So that was made entirely out of a layer cake, and believe it or not, I managed to find a binding that had the same reds and pinks in it, and that was from, I don't even know where I got it from. It was a fat quarter that I had in my stash, and it just went perfectly with it. So it's all bound, it's all quilted, and now it can get hung up on the wall. But before it does, it is actually going to be our project at the up and coming sewing retreat that we've got up at the Bunya Mountains. And yeah, so I'm using that as we're going to be making that on the Sunday, and Mel is coming down from the Northern Territory to teach a bag on the Saturday. So I've got that all sorted now, so I'm definitely not going to be running behind on that one. So that's all good and everything. So okay, so yeah, as I was saying, with the fabric, I can't get the fabric anymore. I'd done an internet search last night and early this morning, and I couldn't find anybody that had any stock of it. So unfortunately, if you're looking for that Kate Spain fabric, it is gone. It's done and dusted. So I have been diving into my UFO box again, and I come across this project I have been pushing away quite a bit, just pushing it away. I just don't want to do it, and I look at it and I think, no, I don't want to do it, and I don't know why I didn't want to do it. It looks simple enough, but believe it or not, I actually have never made one of these blocks before, and I think that that's what's been putting me off. So I pulled it out. It kept falling out this week when I was looking for other things. So this is the week that I'm going to do it. It fell out by default, so it's been picked itself, so I'll take that as a sign. And just a little bit of a backstory on it. A few years ago, I was doing crafting swaps with on Instagram and also on Facebook. And for the life of me, I can't remember whether this was from an Instagram swap or whether it was from a Facebook swap. But it was gifted to me by someone. They had sent it to me. And it's just this cute little block that they sent to me. But they also sent me little packets to make 2 extra blocks. So I've got enough fabric there to make another 2 of these. So I thought I would turn that into a table runner. It's really cute. Like, the fabrics are gorgeous in it. It's got a bit of batiks and some tone on tone and all that sort of stuff. So it's really, really nice fabric. So I don't have a lot of blue in my house, so I thought this would be a nice one to just put on the kitchen table or the coffee table in the lounge room. And so I'm going to give it a go. I have never done, in all the years that I've been quilting and sewing, I have not done a log cabin block before. So this will be the first time that I've ever done it. I've been doing a little bit of research this morning, and I think I understand that you have to be precise with your scant 1/4 inch seam allowance and all that sort of stuff. So basically, I have the 2 packets here to make another 2 of those blocks that I just showed you. So that's what I've got to get done. And again, I'm on a really tight schedule this week as well. I've only got 2 days and possibly only about 8 hours of sewing time this week. So this will be high on the priority because I've got a few videos scheduled to get done this week, and I have to get them up. The Telstra did send me a message saying the other day that they are still scheduled to be working and on the line, so I am really under the pump right now because I don't want you guys to miss out on our weekly tutorials or the block of the month or anything like that. So that's the project that I'm going to be working on. I'm just turning it into a table runner. I think it'll go well. So you can see, I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it's actually 4 log cabins put together. So whoever sent this to me, if you're watching today or you're watching the replay, thank you very much. I'm going to tackle it, and you'll be able to tune in next week and see it finished. Fingers crossed that I have enough time to get that done. Okay, so in the comments down below, what are you guys working on this week? Have you got anything picked out? Or and if you're on Facebook, leave a comment in the a photo in the comments and show us what you're going to be working on. And if you haven't been working on your UFOs, why not? You need to get into that UFO box and get one out. And I am basically asking everybody to commit to one small or large project and get something done on it, and let us know in the comments down below what they're actually working on or how far they've come. Have they got further in their project or anything like that? And we're trying to get our UFOs done and out of the box and up on the wall or gifted off to people or whatever the case may be. So so Nikki's telling me she's got a zipper. She has a zipper that she's putting in a bag, and a few other people I can see coming. They're going past a little bit quick. So yeah, I'm the same, Andra. I have to do a log cabin because I have never done it before. I've actually taught people how to do it, and I know how to do them, but I've never actually made one myself. So it's time that the teacher started making some of these blocks. So that's what I'm doing this week. Alrighty, so if you're on Facebook and or on YouTube and you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, there'll be a link underneath the video and you can join the Facebook there. It's a great place to ask questions and get some help if you need some help with stuff. I see Ellen's working on the block of the month. Yay! So yeah, so if you haven't joined our Facebook group, hit that link down below this video, and then you can head off over and someone will approve you. Either myself or one of the moderators will approve you to the group. And also, if you're new to our channel and you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and that way you won't miss out on any of the posts that we put up, especially our Friday morning lives where we have a bit of a chat. Alrighty, so what was that? Traditional blocks. Yes, I need to practice more traditional blocks, Andra. I'm with you. I do like the traditional blocks, but I really like using them in a modern way. So I'm hoping that I'm the same, Ellen. I've never done a log cabin either. So maybe this is the week that we all should do a log cabin together, and we can all sympathize with one another when it maybe not turn out so good. Okay, so I do have some news about the channel. After last week's debacle with the YouTube video not going so well, and yeah, I ended up just canning that video altogether. We'll have the replay here after we're live, so you can always come back and check out what's going on. And I've put some links underneath the video as well for some of the supplies that you may need, because you may not have them in your sewing studios. So we've got some self-covering buttons. We need some of those, some craft magnets, some plain headbands, some split key rings, and some pointy nose pliers. So these are not all for one project. These are for a varying different projects that we've got coming up in the next month or so. So the headbands that I'll just show you what they look like. The headbands that I'm talking about are just plain. They're about 1 inch and they actually have no teeth in them. Okay, and that's really important that they have no teeth in them. And as I said, I have put a link down below where you can get these, and they're relatively cheap. So hopefully you'll have some and you'll be able to join in for the tutorial on that one, but I'm not going to give any more away. The other thing you're going to need is, well, this obviously is going to give it away, but you need some key rings, and they're a split ring. I've also put a link down below where you can get some of these, but most of us that make bags and stuff like that will probably have some of these in our sewing rooms. So yeah, so that's you need some of those. And the other thing you're going to need is just some craft magnets. So just your ceramic craft magnets, about 18 millimeters to 20 millimeters, which I'm not sure what that is. It's about just under 1 inch in size for the magnets. So you'll need them. Just the cheap craft ones. They're usually called ceramic magnets, and you might also already have some of them in your stash. The other thing we're going to need in the future is some of these self-covering buttons. Now, they're either called self-cover buttons or flat back buttons. My particular buttons had a shank in it, and I go into that in the video, but you can get them without the shank in them, and that's okay. So, but I've left a link down below where you can get these off Amazon. Now, the one, if you don't end up shopping on Amazon, for those in Australia that can't get stuff shipped here, and you are, so I'll try and find somewhere here in Australia that sells them. You want to look, the link that I've put there from Amazon actually has the tool that comes with it. It's not necessarily, you don't necessarily need the tool for the project, but it just makes life easier if you got it. So when you're looking for self-cover buttons, they're 38 millimeters, the project that we're working with, and basically it comes with a little, what looks like a little plastic cap, and a little plastic dish, and the button basically just fits in that, and the fabric wraps around it. So when you are looking for them, look for the tool as well. Now the scheduling, I did mention this last week, but with the video being a bit hinky, I just wanted to remind you that every Monday we have review weekly, except for the last Monday of the month. So the review weekly for the first 3 Mondays is books, patterns, and all products. So it'll be one or the other. And then the last Monday of each month we have a new series starting called Quilting Basics for Beginners. So it's starting right at the beginning, covering tools. So that one will go up at the end of January, the first one. Okay, the second Wednesday of the month is our block of the month. So we put that up. It goes up live at 11 AM along with every other tutorial that we have on a Wednesday as well. So, and every other Wednesday is either a craft or a sewing tutorial that will go up. And again, that goes up at 11 AM Australian time. And of course, every Friday at 10 AM, I'm here live and we're talking about our Finish It Friday and getting our UFOs done. And then in February, we have a new series starting called Mini Quilt Club. It's a free club. You won't pay for any of the patterns or anything like that. But what it is, we create a basic block, and it's for beginners and advanced, just to have some fun with some of the basic blocks. Some will be traditional, some will be modern, but they will be basic blocks, and I show you how to put the block together, and then as a bonus I give you a little pattern for a mini quilt to use that block in. And that happens on the last Saturday of every month, excluding January and December, because everybody's busy with Christmas and or New Year, and if you're here in Australia we actually have summer holidays then, so I don't worry about putting it up. So while talking about Australia, this is an Australian channel for those that are joining in from the USA and the other parts of the world. So all the times that I give are Australian time. So for instance, at 10 o'clock on a Friday morning, In Tennessee, it is 7 p.m. on a Thursday afternoon, so Thursday evening. So you will just have to work out where you are in the world and what the time difference is and all that. And Rebecca from our Facebook group had a really good tip. She basically said, just ask Siri if you've got an Apple, or type in the time in Brisbane and where you live, and it'll give you the time, or you can type in world clock and you can get it that way. So basically what you want to just do is just remember that I'm in Brisbane and I work on Australian Eastern Standard Time, and everything that I say on the channel or in the Facebook group is all geared to Australian time. So it can get a bit confusing. You know, we're doing Finish It Friday, and I know for the majority of you that are on here right now, it is actually Thursday evening. So it can get a little bit confusing, but still just join in the fun. Okay, I'm not losing connection here, Ellen, so I'm guessing it might be a little bit at your end. Alrighty, so has anybody got any questions that I'll put it to you now. If you've got any questions, just type them in below and I'll try to get to them. But I did have a question that came into our email, which is askme.dds @gmail.com, and it was from Kylie on Facebook, and her question to me was, when sewing with vinyl, which presser foot do you prefer to sew with, Teflon or a roller foot? And so when I'm working with vinyl, I do like to work with a Teflon foot, and this is what a Teflon foot looks like. So that those that don't know, it is a little plastic foot and it's got a smooth back, and it just works a lot better with your machine and working on the sticky vinyl. So that is what a Teflon foot looks like, and you can get them for most machines. Excuse me, I got this one in a pack. I think there was 32 or 35 feet, and I got that in, and I've put a link down below where I got it from. So yeah, and that's a Teflon foot. So I do use the Teflon foot a lot, but sometimes, depending on the thickness of the vinyl, my Teflon foot on my Singer Quantum won't play nicely. So then I have to actually change it out to the roller foot. And the roller foot actually has a little, as it says, it has a little roller in it, and here as well. And when I'm working with cork or leather or a thicker vinyl, I tend to have to use this. So it just goes through and it feeds through nicely. Failing that, I always have tissue paper, and sometimes I'll use a combination of the Teflon foot and the tissue paper, and then I can get the job done. So hopefully that answers your question, and you'll be able to. I was just sorry about that. I was just a question came up then. So hopefully that answers your question, Kylie, and you can understand what I'm trying to say there. So this is, without seeing it in person, it's just a little plastic foot. They're generally white or cream in color, and they're just smooth. And as I said, on thin vinyl, this works really well. I don't have to use the tissue paper. I don't have to worry about anything. But when I start getting into the cork and the leather and the thicker vinyl, I actually have to use the roller foot, and then if that fails, I put a little bit of tissue paper down on the feed dogs and also on top, and I sandwich it together. So yeah, so basically that's what I do, and hopefully that'll help you with your sewing of vinyl and stuff like that. Sorry, Ellen, you lost connection there. Alrighty, so I did see a couple of questions come up then, and I'm here by myself today because Beck's in Brisbane. That's why I haven't mentioned her just yet, because she's not with me. So I'm just going to check to see if there's any questions that have popped up, and I'm just refreshing my screen. And so it's better on Facebook for you, Ellen. Okay, well, I'm going to be in both places each week, and hopefully it wasn't my end. My end, I'm looking at the screen right now, and my end looks pretty good. So thank you very much for joining me on YouTube. I really do appreciate that, and hopefully we can get through this little glitches that we keep having with the video going in and out. Alrighty, so that's pretty much everything that I needed to cover for the channel, and I can't see any questions up there, so if you do think of any questions that you've got after I've gone finished and we're off live and all the rest of it, there is an email address underneath the YouTube video, askme.dds@gmail.com. You can always send your messages through to there, and that way I can basically answer your questions, or I'll save them to the following week and answer them live for you. Now, that is about it. That's all I've got written down here. There wasn't anything else that I can think of for the channel, but as I said, we do have our schedule, and we're sticking to that, and I'm hoping that you're liking the content so far. Leave us a comment and tell us what you've thought of some of the projects that have been coming up in January, and if you like our little quickie reviews on the Mondays. And so we're at competition time, because we're getting close to the end of our little live chat this morning. And I just want to say congratulations to Leah Lynch from last week's winner. Her little pack is on her way to her, and so she should get that any day now. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching me live this morning, and I'm going to invite you to pop your name down, and we've got a question for you today. So pop your name down and tell us what your favorite sewing notion is. And if you're anything like me, it probably changes weekly. And today, my favorite tool is my friction clicker pens. But not just clicker pens, normal ones as well. And also, I have a ton of these ones I've just got in. These are highlighters, and they work the same way. So that's my bucket of friction pens that I have. So that's my favorite notion. So leave your comments down below and tell me what yours is. And yeah, and basically don't forget to like the videos and comment and tell us what you thought. If you're watching on the replay, please do leave where you're watching from, because I come back after the videos finish and I have a look where everybody's watching from. And if you're new to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and that way you won't miss out on any notifications. They'll tell you when I'm going live or when a new video has gone up. And if you haven't joined our Facebook group, hit that link underneath the YouTube video and head over and yeah, join the group. Either myself or one of the admins will add you as soon as possible. So that's just about it from me, and I just want to say thank you to everybody for all your encouragement and support and kind messages that I get on inbox and also via email. I really do appreciate all your support. And that's it for me for this week. Happy quilting and crafting, everybody, and I can't wait to see all your projects that you're going to be working on over in our Facebook group. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.